Beautiful Lagos, oh. Hey. Land of mercy, land of success, oh. For Lagos, everything is done change, oh. I say Governor Body is doing a great job, oh. Street lights all over Lagos, oh. He's bringing out the beauty in Lagos, oh.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Lagos This Week, where we showcase the activities of Governor Akinwumi Ambode, members of his cabinet, development partners at home and abroad. I'm Funke Adesoji. In tonight's program, we're tracking waste management in the state. Essay to Governor Akinwumi Ambode on Cleaner Lagos initiative says in a few days, Lagos will be rid of waste dumped around the metropolis. Governor Ambode pledges support for the National Quality Infrastructure Project as the Director General of the Consumer Protection Council, Babatunde Irukera, pays him a courtesy visit. We have these and other stories in a moment.
What kind of food is this? You this woman!
My husband like to chop food with sweets. He no one bring money, oh. If I cook the food, that's the money rich. Hey, see me see wahala.
My own husband no say food with sweet. Na money kill am. Na plenty money I dey take go market to cook better chop. But today, Ishon day, rishi we dey take chop oh. My darling no say food wey sweet oh. Na money kill am oh.
Yes, so now true word you talk to my sister. Food wey sweet na money kill am. This na why Lagos State government they call every businessman and woman, plus including all workers for Lagos State, to join hand with our Dokunadu governor Akinwumi Ambode to continue to share all these better things when we dey see so by paying your tax quick and all the time. People of Lagos State, una dey see the good work wey Governor Akinwumi Ambode don brekete everywhere for Lagos. Yes, now because he dey use the tax money wey some of us wey understand dey pay. Therefore, if everybody join hand with am and pay our tax, money go boku to make Lagos State great and life go sweet for we all as we want am. Abeg, make we pay our tax today because food wey sweet na money kill am o.
Welcome back. We begin tonight's program with the courtesy visit of the Director General of the Consumer Protection Council, Babatunde Irukera, to Governor Akinwumi Ambode at Lagos House, Alausa, to flag off advocacy on the National Quality Infrastructure Project, saying the choice of Lagos was due to the strategic positioning in terms of housing the bulk of production and importation activities in Nigeria. The Consumer Protection Commission boss, while noting that Lagos was strategic to Nigeria's growth and development, said the state had become a model for other states in Nigeria and a force to reckon with in the global space. According to him, they were in Lagos to flag off advocacy on the National Quality Infrastructure Project. He said the choice of Lagos was due to its strategic positioning in terms of housing the bulk of production and importation activities in Nigeria.
I think Lagos is the right place for us to start what we are doing. This campaign is a collaboration between the federal government and UNIDO, and it's the National Quality Infrastructure Project, which has six components to it. The key component that has anything to do with our agency and obviously your CPA is the consumer protection side of it. And essentially what it is that to improve the quality of products, you need both the demand and the supply side. You've got to get the consumers demanding that quality, and that in parts also addresses the supply side where producers truly provide qualitative goods. And the Lagos market actually is the most sophisticated market and certainly very discriminatory, and it should be like that. The vast majority of complaints that we receive in the Consumer Protection Council comes from consumers in Lagos, or at least from Lagos.
Governor Ambode charged the CPC to look beyond the rights of people to have quality products and services and beam its searchlight on other key sectors which have direct impact on the standard of living of Nigerians. While pledging support for the National Quality Infrastructure Project, the governor said the campaign would ensure that the right of citizens and Nigerians in general to quality goods and services is guaranteed, adding that concerted effort must be made by all stakeholders to ensure that Nigerians are only exposed to the best.
There is no reason why I'm supporting CPC or CPA. The reason is that they create a greater platform for me to do the kind of reforms I want to do. So people are already talking about things that relate to change and positive change for that matter. So sometimes you get lesser resistance if the rights are being driven by the people themselves to say this is the quality of what we want. So it's left for government to deliver that based on the vision that we have. So it makes resistance lesser and it makes acceptance wider, and at the end of the day, the CPC and the CPA and whatever it is has done the right thing that people need. We are making history for this country. On a different level, I'm very excited that the Consumer Protection Council is on this advocacy. We are excited also that we're just barely 3 weeks ago, we're able to inaugurate our own agency, and with the shot that they must commence operations immediately to be able to do that missing part between the ordinary Nigerian citizen and the product of goods and services in this country. There's a missing link somewhere, and that missing link is what is your charge this morning.
We are here today to also let people know that we are on ground. Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, which is a new agency, has just been inaugurated, and we are here to let the people, the public, know that this agency now exists and our activity is to protect the rights of consumers. So we support the campaign, and that is why we are working with the CPC. So we are with them in the campaign.
He said the National Quality Infrastructure Project was a partnership between the federal government and UNIDO to sensitize citizens about demanding quality and also ensuring the manufacturing of goods and services in line with appropriate quality standards. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has inaugurated the Governing Council of the Citizens Mediation Center, urging members to work hard to enhance the capacity of the center to provide free and effective alternative dispute resolution of matters. The governor said in recognition of the important role the center plays mediating in disputes within the ambit of its statutory duties, as well as providing free dispute resolution options, the government has continued to ensure the growth and expansion of the center into remote areas of the state. The governor said the setting up of the council was in line with the Citizens Mediation Center law of 2015.
The Citizens Mediation Center serves as an alternative dispute resolution center, providing a non-adversarial forum for the mediation and settlement of disputes between parties who voluntarily agree to the mediation of the disputes by mediators. In recognition of the important role the center plays in mediating on disputes, reported in respect of all matters that fall within the ambit of its statutory duties, as well as providing free dispute resolution options, we as government have continued to ensure the growth and expansion of the center into remote areas of the state. The Citizen Mediation Center Law of 2015 provides for the establishment of the Citizens Mediation Center and composition of a governing council for this center. By the virtue of the provisions of this CMC law, the functions of the council shall include monitoring performance of the center, assess user satisfaction of mediation services, review and formulate new policy guidelines for the center, and do other such things as the council may consider appropriate for the overall development and growth of the center, amongst other functions.
Introducing members of the Governing Council, the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Adeniyi Kazim, recalled that the CMC was established in 1999 as a unit under the Directorate of Citizens' Rights of the Lagos State Ministry of Justice before it emerged as an entity by law in 2007 to provide speedy free legal services to the needy and residents of the state irrespective of tribe, race and religion. According to him, the template of the Citizens Mediation Center over the years has been replicated in some states through the efforts and assistance of the Lagos State CMC. The establishment and activities of the center has also endangered the inclusion of conflict resolution studies as practiced in some tertiary institutions in Nigeria.
The center is on record to be the first agency established by the Lagos State government to provide comprehensive legal assistance and mediation services, which include matters relating to landlord and tenant issues, employer and employee disputes, family matters comprising marital disputes and child custody. The essence of creating the CMC is to promote the use and practice of mediation as an alternative to litigation in conflict resolution amongst the people of Lagos State. Through the magnanimity of the state government, services rendered by the center is free, effective, and enforceable.
The Citizens Mediation Center serves as an alternative dispute resolution center, providing a non-adversary forum for the mediation and settlement of dispute between parties who voluntarily agree to the mediation of the dispute by mediators. Special Advisor to Governor Akiwumi Ambode on Cleaner Lagos initiative has read the Riot Act to residents. He said the state will no longer condone indiscriminate dumping of solid waste on road medians, as there is zero tolerance to such acts, which will also attract sanctions for violators.
All vehicles, the commercial vehicles on our road, must have basket in their vehicles. The government is not selling basket to no one, but we will show you the type of plastic bin we want in your vehicles, and in their garages we provide them garbage bins. So any garage that we say that is littered with waste, that garage will be shut. And anyone from your vehicle eating gala or taking pure water and you throw that nylon on the road, the driver will be charged. And also markets, all the market people will be given garbage bags. Your waste must be bagged, and we will come and pick your waste from in front of your shops or in front of your market. Any market that we say that in front of the market is littered with waste, the market will be sanctioned. We met with the market leaders yesterday and we told them this is government policy. Everyone will be provided with garbage bags, and you must ensure that your waste are bagged, and we pick the waste from you.
Speaking further, the SA rolled out methods of waste management the state is embarking on, listing categories of waste and means of turning waste into wealth.
We've been depending on fossil fuel gases from the federal government to get our electricity in Lagos, right? But we generate close to 20,000 tons of waste on a daily basis. And out of all this waste being generated, close to 60% or 65% are biodegradable waste. The benefits of turning your waste to energy: number one is getting renewable energy. Number two, reducing the emission of greenhouse gases to the environment, and reducing the dependence on this fossil fuel, and creating more jobs for people. When you don't use these phones any longer, where do they end up to? In the garbage, right? But when you recycle 1 million of that telephone set, you can get 25 kilograms of gold. Do you know how much they sell 1 ounce of gold in the world market today? Where you recycle and you can get 25 kilograms of gold, 150 kilograms of copper and silver, 94 kilograms of palladium, and you see these are precious metals that you can make fortune from. Why do you call them waste? With the heaps of the sawdust we have at Okobaba and so on and so forth, we don't need the federal electricity. We can generate electricity ourselves in Lagos State.
Lagos State Ministry of Justice says the launch of the state electronic real estate litigation system is to provide easy access to anyone who intends to deal in real estate with information on properties which are under litigation. The Attorney General of Lagos during the launch said the initiative will enhance due diligence in real estate in Lagos. The Attorney General, represented by the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Ministry of Justice, Funlola Odunlami, said this move will further improve on the performance of the real estate sector of the state, as one which records a huge turnover within the economy of the state. She said the innovative project was designed in line with this administration's drive to promote information technology in the state.
The Lagos State Electronic Real Estate Litigation System is designed to provide easy access information to anyone who intends to deal in real estate with information primarily on whether the property is subject of litigation, that is, a case in court. In addition, it offers end users the platform for filing a lease pendants entry which may be uploaded on the lease spendings online system, thus giving actual and constructive notice to the public and its innocent purchasers.
Stakeholders who commended the initiative said it will reduce all challenges associated with real estate and litigation and also provide information related to property acquisition in the state.
It also makes it easy for due diligence to be observed, and the fact that the citizens are able to submit their cases to, there's arrangement for that so that there can be a record. I think it's something that is very laudable.
We will key into this application because we see that it's the way to go forward, and we are already looking at some applications that we have that we can run on it too, so as to help the uninformed.
Stakeholders were therefore encouraged to key into this innovation to make transactions in real estate easier.
What kind of food is this? You, this woman!
My husband loves a good life, but hates to pay for it. In my despair, he gives me all the blame. Oh, I have a loving husband who knows good things cost money. He gives enough to help me make nice meals. So I make my darling happy when it's time to take his meal, giving smile to my lovely family.
It costs good money to get the good things of life and for government to provide the much needed infrastructure we all in Lagos State so much crave for. It is an offense not to pay tax. The people are happy with the various efforts of the government to making life better for citizens through the many landmark infrastructure everywhere you go in Lagos State. If you own a business or work in Lagos, it's your duty to pay your tax as and when due. Help Lagos State serve you better. This message is from Lagos State Internal Revenue Service.
A member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Rotimi Olowo, representing Shomole Constituency 1, has extolled the values of the State House of Assembly. The lawmaker who spoke on the dynamism of the House of Assembly said representing the interests of the people while ensuring judicious use of the state resources in pursuit of excellence is key. He also spoke on his role in the House.
Based on the resources of the state, how can we have a budget that will be able to address all the needs of the 40 constituencies in such a manner that we have even development, not going to be a lopsided development? And this House of Assembly, again, taught probably through the current speaker, Honorable Mudashi Obasa, to say, okay, why not let us do it a day, where Lagos State will feel the impulse of the House, where everybody will simultaneously go back to his or her constituency, make sure that they get one or two input from them, which we, over the time, have been given to the executive, and we ensure that whatever is going to be the budget of the state for the year, some of those needs, as collated by us, are part of the budget. The people that actually voted for us have a say in the bill before it becomes law. So many of the bill are basically more of an executive bill, but there are a lot of bills too that some of our colleagues have done, but through motion. Because you see, there's a difference between bill and motion. Apparently, bill is basically that has a more overwhelming consequences and impact on the people. But when you talk about motion, many a while the motion starts from your experience in your constituency or the need of your constituencies. It's a project that we must all deliver, and project that will outlive us. It's about legacy. It's about development. It's about what we want from the younger generations and what we are giving to the younger generation. The environment must be very, very clement. If you don't have infrastructure, if you're not supporting the school there, how will those children be able to demonstrate all their inborn dispositions? It is an issue of the environment. What we are doing currently is basically beyond just an individual. It's a generational thing. What happened to the next generation, and how will they be able to tap into what we are doing currently so that they can achieve what they conceive? So that's just about it.
Finally on the program, The Honorable Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture has said this year's Lagos Marathon, tagged Lagos Run, will be filled with glamour and fanfare, as it's not going to be sporting events alone, but an avenue to also showcase the culture and splendor the state has to offer its guests from all over the world. Hear him.
There's a whole lot behind having the marathon. The whole city will be agog. And for the first time this year, we're saying to the visitors, first and foremost, and of course to Lagosians, that it won't just be about running, it won't just be about marathon. There will be a lot of tourism content in the Lagos City Marathon being powered. Sponsors are also involved. It is our intention to show Lagos in all its glory, in all its beauty, in all its resilient candor to our visitors this time around. We are planning that we will have a gala night for them where they would discover and explore, what the city has to offer. We reckon that having this as the third in the series shows to the whole world that this is a safe city. The route that the marathoners will take, those who will be participating, right from Western Avenue, through Lere, all the way down to Ikorodu Road, till Anthony Village, till you turn to Bagada, and then to Third Mainland Bridge, and ultimately to Ikoyi and to Victoria Island. It's now documented and approved by the organization in charge of the Global Marathon as a designated route that is now noted by the world that's where you take. So it means for us that the world acknowledges that Lagos is safe, that Lagos is a global city, and that is a city that international visitors, tourists, etc. can visit. So when they come, we want them to explore Lagos, to discover the things that make Lagos tick. We plan to show them around, spend additional 24 hours just to discover the city. From Terra Culture to Lagos, Lekki Conservation Center to Neke Art Gallery, all the way to Badagry if they've got the time. We want to show them Lagos. We want them to feel what makes Lagos tick, why Lagosians are the happiest people on earth. That's what we want to show to them when they come on Saturday the 10th of February.
In a related development, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture also played host to a group of entertainers from Trinidad and Tobago who were in Lagos to participate in the Wazobia Carnival and also partner with the state to promote the kind of music leveraging on the sector's achievements in tourism, culture and entertainment in the state, which according to the group's representative is synonymous with what is obtainable in their country.
We want to play our part in helping highlight Lagos as a state that can build and grow a carnival product. And we come from the Caribbean island where Carnival is the major festival in our island and a driving tourism industry. And our government depends a lot on tourism coming from the Caribbean island. So we look for initiatives where this can enhance and bring visibility to Trinidad and Tobago. And we hope that this initiative here can also bring visibility using a Carnival product. And we are here to help play our part to help develop this brand that's called Wazobia Soca in Niger. And soca is our music, is the heart, the beat of Trinidad and Tobago, but it's influenced by a lot of music from Nigeria. The Afro beats, the culture, we are merging a lot of those musics with our music and the dance and everything. We see everything that you guys are doing and we try to emulate as well and add our twist. So it's great for us now to share what we have from our country and learn from what you guys have as well.
The entertainment business in Nigeria has gone beyond the borders of Nigeria. I mean, if you travel, and I'm sure most of you have, in Africa itself, if you go to the neighboring countries, as you drive through the market, you listen to Nigerian artists. So it is a jewelry in our country, and I say our country because I am Nigerian, and I'm very proud to be Nigerian. So we're very happy to have them here. The Wazobia FM Carnival, as I was saying, is about promoting unity. Not only unity, but cultural diversity. And God knows that in Nigeria we have a lot of diversity. And God knows we also have the need to promote unity.
The Honorable Commissioner in his remark highlighted the vision of the Governor Akiwumi Ambode to position the state as a tourism haven, leveraging on the dynamism of its arts, culture and lots more.
We support in totality the idea of the Wazobia FM Carnival. It's our pleasure to partner with you because it fits in perfectly well into the sort of vision that His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, has for matters of art, culture, entertainment, and tourism. Everything that you must have seen and heard dovetails to the essence of Lagos. Afrobeat. I know that you all know Fela Kuti. He was and still, because his legacy lives on, a bona fide Lagosian, who 21 years this year after his demise, the whole world is still celebrating him. Only last year, His Excellency the Governor became the first ever sitting governor who will go to the African shrine, the legacy of Fela, to celebrate with them. Every October we have what we have, the celebration, and we believe that everybody knows about it. Another part of that musical tone is the fact that when it comes to the new pop music that is redefining the contemporary African culture, it is here that it is happening.
It's bringing out the beauty in Lagos.
This is how far we can go on the show tonight. Stay tuned next week for another package. Thanks for watching. I'm Funke Adesoji. Good night.
Land of mercy, land of success. For Lagos, everything is done change. I say Governor Ambode is doing a great job. Street lights all over Lagos.